Today we're going to learn how to do Y and V trees. And this is a printout of the example that we have for our Japanese tree project. And so you'll see that each of the trees has a trunk. And then as it comes up from the ground, it branches off. And the branches make V's and Y's. See the Y? Here's a Y, here's a big Y, here's this whole tree trunk here could technically be a Y or a V. So Y's and V's. So it makes it drawing trees very simple. You don't actually have photographs to draw from. You can draw directly on your paper and you're good to go. So let's do a little more. All right. So let's say this is the box that where my tree is going to be. All right. So I'm probably going to start the tree trunk at the bottom. I could do it in the middle. I could do it off to the right, off to the left, whichever way. I'm going to start this one. A little off to the right with a standard kindergarten tree trunk. Okay, nothing fancy. All right, now, in order to branch off, I need to think of a Y. So there's a typical Y, right? I just need to build it up like a block letter. Okay, so now these branches will also turn into either V's or Y's. So this I'm going to do from here and make this turn into a V. And then over here, I'm going to branch off of this, and I'm escaping that box. I don't have to stay in the box. I'm escaping the box. So that's going to come off into a Y or a V, either one you want to consider. And again, it's set. And then I can keep branching off until I'm happy with what I've got. But it's very simple to do if you think about Y's and V's, because that's what it looks like. And so let's say that I like where I'm heading, get the Y here, the Y here, this goes off this way, this goes off this way. But I feel like I need some extra something over here. I can still come back in and add another branch and block that off. I can still come over here. Maybe I want it to go back this way, curve it back, and make my V over here. Maybe I change my mind about this and I want to make it curve up. So I can be like said, maybe this is not thick enough. Add to that. And so you can just play. Today we're going to play around with the Y and V trees so we can kind of learn and be comfortable with it before we put it on our actual artwork, because once we put it there, it's final. Okay. So this is basically how you would do a Y and V tree. All right. Then, so we're going to do at least a minimum of 2 of these that we're practicing on. Then we're going to do a minimum of 2 in paint. So again, I'm going to draw my little rectangle, and you don't have to do the rectangles for your practice. That's up to you. If you want to, you can. I want to show you a couple of things. All right, so some people did like mountains and lakes, and so they have this horizon line like here. And most people just did a colorful background, okay, just an atmospheric perspective background. And so we have this black acrylic paint that came with your kit. And so I'm just going to take a paintbrush. I'm not going to draw first. I'm just going to go straight for paint. If you want to draw first, I mean, but this is just practice. So, all right. So let's say on this one, I want the tree to lean. So the tree trunk's going to lean, and then I'm going to branch it off into my Y. If my paint starts to get like muffled or where it's fading out, I can add a little water or a little more paint. And to me, it's even easier to do these with a paintbrush than it is with a pencil, because the thickness is already there. And all you have to do is make your Y's and V's, and you're good to go. And of course, if you lift your paintbrush up and have the brush barely touch the paper, you get thinner lines. And if you push down from here, you get thicker lines. Okay. All right. Then over here, I did this horizon line for a reason because I thought if you have some of you have a horizon line and you want to use it, you could do, say, your tree starting here. Need some water. You see how simple and how quick these go. But if you had water down here as part of your background, you could actually come back and make a reflection of the tree in the water, if you did that. If you didn't do that, don't worry about it. You don't have to do that. I just noticed that some people did yesterday when I was looking at the backgrounds. The other thing is you might want to add in, say, grass at the bottom. And that's also a simple little brush stroke. Yep. Any questions?